Nani? What it do, ski? It's your boy Failey McWhaley, and today I'm here with my reaction video to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This one is season 2, episode 4. How's it going, everybody? Last time we were schooling hard, you know what I'm saying? We were introduced to Sir Spike. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting episode. So let's see where this one goes, as always. If you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you have not already. But if you're not subscribed, slightly confused.
What are you doing?
Of course, also if you guys are interested in joining along this journey with your boy, then definitely check out patreon.com/Failwell34. With that being said, let's watch some Buffy. Yeet.
A complete stranger in my house for 2 weeks. I'm gonna be insane. A danger to myself.
Yo, dude, what if she gets somebody who's also in the underworld?
So this person who's living with you for 2 weeks is a man with man parts. What do you lack?
Are we doing another hyena
Just don't
episode?
like 'em. I don't always use violence. Do I?
The human sacrifice is about to begin.
And this is where the episode gets going. And wait, why was he shaving the mask? What are he trying to do? Roll it backward? Like, what the fuck? What is he doing with that?
No, I think it ends with.
It looks like we're doing a mommy episode. That's cool. Broke the plate, revived her. I'm sure by the time we're done this series, 1,000 kids must have died.
And she's my best friend, which makes her not the kind of girl who I think about her lips that much.
Don't act like we didn't see the
Girl,
premiere.
but
His parents say he never came home last night.
You know, I don't think I remember seeing Rodney on.
I just remember the ice cream scene by heart. Oh man, I cannot. Xander, if you crush Willow's heart, I can't really do anything. But I'm gonna be upset. How Willow breaks his
Hey,
heart.
maybe he awakened the mummy.
And attacked him.
Oh my god. Also, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but I was just minding my own business the other day, and I happened to stumble upon a photo of one of the most watched movies I've ever seen in my life, which is a Scooby-Doo film in live action. And I wish I had this realization while I was on camera, but man, I started freaking the fuck out because I thought I put 2 and 2 together that Daphne is SMG and SMG is Daphne. Like, Buffy is Daphne. Oh, I was mind blown. That was crazy. I know we're not gonna body him. That's what we're not gonna do. Really?
40 minutes.
LOL.
I am Ampeta.
Ay caramba. I can also say that.
That's crazy. But Buffy, you were told that it was a dude. Is that gonna raise some red flags?
They don't even speak American.
Yo, I feel when you don't speak American, I speak Canadian.
Oh, Willow, maybe you could.
Stay with Impana for the day. I'd love to.
Yes. They really like each other.
Please don't learn from my English.
Willow,
Do you think this matches?
please be okay.
And then Xander can find someone else who's not me to obsess about. Get on with my life.
You're a queen, Willow.
Stole the seal!
Yo, Xander's been getting hella a lot of action recently, eh? He's been hitting the gym on weekends or some shit.
You're right, Impana. And it's time we do. You're my best friend.
I know.
I don't get it. Why would the bodyguard assist Jones for a broken piece of rock?
You're not a praying mantis, are you? Sorry.
Not too far off, I mean. Oh, she's going in? I do. So he's gone now, so guess we're just gonna have to body her now.
They told her that
She
she was
finds
the only
some
one.
men boxers.
That only she could defend her people.
Oh! I know there's skeletons in your closet, but that's a mummy in the briefcase. Jesus.
Ampata, don't you look wonderful?
Mom.
She's really fitting in.
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, near faux pas. I almost wore the same thing. Hey,
How can you not like Willow?
So Ampata translated wrong.
Perhaps.
Hold on a sec. She was wiggy about the seal from minute one.
Yes, I suppose she was.
Her trunks.
Yeah, just imagine Angel there singing.
That girl. Where's she? The Eskimo.
Also, 2 out of 4 episodes where where Xander's dancing and Willow's watching. Some bullshit. He's like, I need to eat.
Your hands feel kinda
Dry.
Rough. It's a secret, right? And if you told me, you'd have to kill me.
Nani? For a second, I thought this was a Naruto music because of the flutes. Well, he's not gonna die. That's not what we're doing.
Ampata's the mummy.
Oh, good. Backstage, I think.
Boy, that was some kiss.
Some what, Xander? Totally some shit we would
Tell
say.
him on the way.
This calendar would be very clutch here. Is she gonna mummify Giles? They did say that line, and they did show Giles' face.
Looks like you've been keeping secrets from me.
When Buffy's
You're not
ready to
a
give the
normal girl.
smoke. That's a lot of storage space, eh? Can't be with anyone who doesn't
Just let me have
hurt
this
my
one.
friends.
You want life? You're gonna have to take mine. Can you do that?
Yes, yes she can.
Yes.
You disarmed her.
I do think she cared about you.
Yeah, but I think that whole sucking the life out of people thing would have been a strain on the relationship.
She was gypped. I had you to bring me back.
And that was my reaction video to Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 2, Episode 4. So, I gotta say, there was a few things in the episode that really stood out to me. One was obviously, the mummy, and they very clearly made the parallels between being the Chosen One versus Pata and Buffy. And I actually thought, out of all the villains that we've seen so far, she wasn't very much so a villain, and her story was just rather sad. And I appreciate how they didn't just make her a full-blown villain, they gave her a tragic backstory that made you feel bad for her, and like when she was trying to live this life as a regular teenager, you could kind of feel for her. Aside from that, her and Xander got kind of cheesy, a little too cheesy for me in my opinion. But what came out of that was the other subplot where we got to see a lot of development for Willow's character, and I absolutely loved. We see her almost seemingly coming to terms with that she's just a friend with Xander, and I think this is something that's been led up to for a while now, and I think it's around time that she should sort of just come to terms with that. Also, notably, we had the musicians catching an interest in her, so maybe that might be something in the near future. Maybe like a line in the sand where Willow's kind of accepted that her and Xander aren't going to be a thing, at least anytime soon. So I thought that was an interesting an element of this episode, one of the more interesting and one of the more intriguing parts, personally. Yeah, the whole idea of them being this cultural dance, were a little bit yikes for me personally, but of course this is a little bit dated. But also Xander came off really hot off the top with the whole idea of it being a guy. That's a weird thing with Xander. They keep going back and forth as him being like in love with Buffy in and out. It's kind of like it keeps going in between him just being over it and them not mentioning it to him being like overboard, borderline douchey. So I thought that was kind of weird off the top of the episode. But yeah, I thought the whole story with Empada was pretty straightforward. Also very tragic, like I mentioned. They could have went sort of a generic route with that story, but I thought the way that they approached it was actually pretty well done. I enjoyed the Willow elements to this episode. I actually kind of liked how they dived into the concept of her and Buffy having those parallels. I think they talked about it enough. It might have been cool to have a little bit more of a one-on-one with them diving deeper into that, but I thought this was just like a sort of a fine episode of the series. I think maybe coming off with such a great episode from the premiere and School Hard, this sort of just seems like this seemed just sort of like just an okay episode to me, honestly. But that's how I kind of feel about it. I think this is just an okay episode of Buffy. Not bad by any means, but I think how great season 2 has started so far, starting to see where the show can really go. So I thought this was just a fine episode in my opinion. Didn't love the stuff with Xander and Pod all too much, kind of cheesy. That was my thoughts on this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What do you think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. With that being said, I will catch you in the next one.